After I retired from flowers, I got involved with Wiregrass Hospice, and along with myself and a couple of really good managers, we grew it to a very large hospice, very large. And so I recommended that we sell it. So 20 years ago, we went out and to the market, found out there was a lot of demand for it, and we got a good figure for it. I decided to take that money and create a foundation. So hence Wiregrass Foundation. That's where it came from.
It has always been my goal with my life at this point in time to do as much good as possible as I can for the rest of my life. And I think that pretty well lines up with how everybody else on this board feels as well, because there's no self-interest here. There's no board member gains anything from anything that we do in the grants that we make, but we're just trying to move the Wiregrass forward and do good things.
To see the passion that Mary Julia Lee and another lady had to even think of trying to create a hospice to be able to move to a Wiregrass Foundation, you had to have some basics. So everywhere you go, you had to have a basics to get to your next step.
The foundation has had such a great impact on the Wiregrass area. You know, it really kind of, for me, it's that old pebble in the pond saying that the ripples just make for transformational changes in our community. I can't say enough about how it has been such a major player and getting things done, setting our sights higher probably than we would have ever set them before.
Well, when you think back to our initial projects, I'm not sure it was the very first, but the assistance of the library and its growth and importance in town.
You look at the two wonderful facilities that we have here in Dothan, our main library in downtown and our Westgate branch at Westgate Park, and the capital campaign that raised the funds for that. The Wiregrass Foundation was an essential part of that and provided a great deal of the financial support that we needed in order to make that happen. Really been a blessing to us to have the Wiregrass Foundation be as supportive of the library as it has.
Through the years, we've supported the Child Advocacy Center, and it's so meaningful. The management out there has been wonderful since day one, really. So that's one I like to see us support, and when it's they have a structural need or a strategic need, not operating money so much, but something that builds them for the future. We are right there to help with that and have done a lot over the years.
Well, there's no doubt what an incredible impact the foundation has made. And I want to honor John Edge for his vision and the foundation he's built. I think the foundation, it's been involved over 300 projects that have affected our community, and a lot of it is education, which creates opportunity and economic improvement.
Education is one of the three tenets of the Wiregrass Foundation. In a lot of ways, it's the most difficult to wrap your hands around, because you want to do something that's impactful and transformational, but exactly what is that? And we formed Bright Key, which is really community schools on steroids. It's taking a look at each school one at a time, looking at the children in that particular school. Instead of just making a carte blanche decision, you're going to do this for everybody. What do the kids in that particular school need? And that was the kind of transformation the foundation was looking for, and it was also the kind of investment that Dothan City Schools was looking for, and I hope it goes on for a very long time.
In our community, what I have observed, we have some fantastic nonprofit agencies doing some amazing work. And the foundation is investing in those nonprofits in two strategic ways. So every year, the foundation partners with Wiregrass United Way.
The impact has been unbelievable. If we reach our goal, there's a huge reward at the end. Not just a pat on the back. Obviously, we live in a world where a lot of people are goal-oriented, but this is about a tangible, huge benefit if we reach our goal, in addition to the great things that are going to happen with the funds raised.
The second thing, in addition to that, the foundation is investing in our nonprofit leadership.
Cap Connect now has become, everyone knows what it is. They, in our circle of the nonprofit world, they understand what it is, and they also call us now to be involved instead of us calling them and saying, hey, we have this program, and they're really excited to attend. They call us now.
When I started as the president of the foundation in 06, 07, we, shortly thereafter, the board engaged in a planning process to determine what its funding priorities would be. We pursued a 202, which is a HUD program for affordable senior housing, where we filed an application, and in order to make our application more competitive, we contributed some land that we bought over on the east side of town, and we were awarded phase 1, received another grant award. So in total, we put in about $400,000 worth of land, and were able to attract $8 million worth of federal funding to build a nice little cottage community, and it has been a great asset to the community.
I think one of the most special projects would be the safety center.
So we started looking at what could we do here that would have the kind of impact for top-of-the-line training for fire, police, both professional and volunteers, and also have a way of bringing the community into that conversation. And from that, the Wiregrass Public Safety Center was born from a napkin.
The Wiregrass Foundation has been on this journey to bring Hudson Alpha Wiregrass to our area from day one. We're thankful to the leadership of the Wiregrass Foundation. We're thankful to Troy Fountain and his willingness to embrace this concept, to help us think through the possibilities and the opportunities that having a research institute in our backyard, how can it enhance our community? How can it help our farmers? How can it help our students? How can it build a better quality of life, which is what we're all striving to do?
Goodness, I almost don't even want to think about where we would be without the Wiregrass Foundation. It is phenomenal, and it has allowed us to be able to do things that we would have not been able to do before.
I think that the decision to create a foundation was one of the best things that could have happened to Dothan, Alabama. To invest in any area that create the quality of life, because it takes passion for the nonprofits to give up their time and their volunteer hours. You can't pay them enough money. But you have to have somebody, which the Wiregrass Foundation stepped in, to be that financial support.
There is no words to really describe the impact that the foundation's made.
You know, when I think about the foundation, I think of the foundation as being the catalyst. Gets involved, but doesn't get changed in the process.
I think if you went back 20 years ago and removed the Wiregrass Foundation from the equation for our community, I think our community would look different, but I don't think we would be anywhere close to where we're at. Dothan's blessed to have a group of people 20 years ago who had the vision to create the foundation and to have a place that can have constant investment in our community.
I hope it will be around for a very long time after John Edge is gone, and continue to do the work. But yes, I'm very proud of Wiregrass Foundation, and proud of the board that we have and the management team that we have, and what it's accomplishing in our community.
Thank you for entrusting in us as a community, as a city. Thank you for believing in the vision. Thank you for setting that vision higher than what we would have set for ourselves. Thank you for being a part of this community, because without you, we could not truly establish transformational change that I love to see in our city.
I want them to know the true impact these funds have had. And that word, I don't know a better word than impact, but it has, and the lives that have been changed for many years to come.
In the next 20 years, I see the foundation continuing the great work that it does, just amplified. I see us having already created a larger footprint, impacted more nonprofits. More nonprofits have joined Cap Connect. Hundreds of people have participated in DAC. And I just see the work that we're doing downtown would be completed by then, hopefully. And our board has desired a place for their children and their grandchildren to come back to. And the work that we do here can impact them. And I think we're going to see the fruits of that in 10 to 20 years.
If I had to describe Wiregrass Foundation in 3 words.
Significant. We've had a significant impact.
Community, quality of life, opportunity.
Targeted. A blessing to the town. No, I can't condense it to words, but awesome.
Strategic. Committed.
I would say community. Impact.
You make it happen. I don't even know that word, but you make it happen.
I'll do it in 2. Very impactful.
An example of what the community could be.